Okay, Mr. Perkins, do you have any legal objection why I shouldn't admit those into evidence?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
She said there was abrasion that looked like a scratch, and therefore, I don't see how I could have scratched it. I have bad nerves. I bite my nails all the time. I don't have no nails to scratch it. Okay. And they showing a picture of her inside her lip where she could have bit her own lip. There's no proof that I did any of that.
Okay, well, those go to the weight of those as evidence, not to their admissibility. They're admissible, but you can testify to what you just told me about, and I'll consider that, all right?
Okay.
But I am going to admit them into evidence. You have any other questions for the deputy?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, do you have any questions for the deputy?
Yes, when you came and you seen Pamela Cannon and you asked her what had happened, did she tell you I just hit her for what no reason or?
She told me that you all were arguing, that you were over visiting for New Year's Eve, that you all were arguing and you began to hit her.
Did she tell you she invited me over?
Perhaps. She told me y'all were visiting, that y'all were having a visit.
Okay.
She didn't say that you came over uninvited.
That's it.
All right, and any other questions for the
No, Your Honor.
witness? Any other witnesses for the state? State rest? All right, Mr. Perkins, it's your turn. You apparently got a lot of things you want to tell me. You have the right to remain silent, though. You need to know that if you do tell me these things, that the prosecutor gets to ask you questions, too. Okay, and tell me all that you want to tell me.
Okay, Your Honor, I've been involved with Pamela Cannon for about 6 or 7 years, and we have a son together. She has a drug habit that I thought that...
Well, I'm not really supposed to consider whether or not she has a drug habit.
Well, I'm just saying, she has a drug habit I thought that I could stop her from doing, and it took me some years to realize that I can't stop her. She has to stop on her own. So that's where it all comes about.
You need to get to this incident on this night. I understand what your motivations are, but you need to discuss what happened.
We both have domestic violence against each other. It's not like I'm just...
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Beating her up or nothing. And when I asked her, did she want to spend New Year's Eve with me, giving her the opportunity to tell me no, or she felt threatened by me, as she said she was so scared of me, you know. She has taken out restraining orders against me and invited me to come right back and stay with her.
Objection on relevance.
I'll sustain that objection. What amazes me is that none of this clues either of you two, who seem to be fairly intelligent individuals, into saying maybe we should not be with each other anymore.
Well, now, Your Honor...
But that's beside the point, so what else do you want to tell me about what happened?
As we got into it that night, I knew that I have several charges against her, and I left. She pursued me, falling behind me, trying to hit me. I call myself protecting myself. That's why I threw the champagne bottle at the car. She was trying to run me down in the car. If she was so scared of me, I don't see why she would be falling behind me. I don't feel like I'm a threat to her. She knows I'm not a threat to her. She's just really trying to be nasty because I believe that we're not together no more. She knows I'm with someone else. So it's like she's trying to do everything she can to get me to go to jail. It's not the first time she done have charges against me before. Never showed up to court. And that's what it's all about.
Well, if you're going to tell me what happened, then tell me what happened before all this got in the car.
Oh, well, we did get into it. She threw something at me. I threw something at her. She hit me. I wasn't there just fighting her. She wasn't just like she was helpless and defenseless. We both was fighting.
All right, anything else you want to tell me?
No, Your Honor.
You have questions, Ms. Parrish?
No, Your
All
Honor.
right. Mr. Perkins, I am going to find you guilty of battery. Does he have prior adjudications, or?
I have 2 other domestic violence charges against her.
And are they still pending cases?
No, it's all over. I did.
What's going on with it?
There was a 94 battery, which she got 12 months probation, so I believe it was the same victim. He violated that probation. There's a 95 battery. Looks like 295 battery. Same victim. And he received
I was adjudicated
12
on both.
months probation on those.
Did he get adjudicated guilty?
On one of them.
He on both of the 95s.
Okay.
He did, Your Honor. He also
Alright.
has.
I'm gonna adjudicate you
numerous
guilty, place you on 12 months probation. Condition of probation is the domestic violence evaluation and the counseling they recommend. Pay the minimum court cost, the $10 to the court improvement fund. And in case you hadn't figured this out by now, it's no contact with Miss Cannon. I don't know what your situation is with your child together. You're gonna have to make arrangements through a third party to have visitation of the child.
That's all I asked for, Your Honor.
I don't know who has custody, and you're gonna have to get a family law court to discuss the order of custody of your child, but as far as this case goes, it's no contact. You'll get a third party to arrange visitation. I mean no contact, no phone, no writing, no nothing. You two cannot see each other at all.
Your Honor, the victim also has medical bills from this incident. Apparently she went to the hospital. It was a number of days later. And,
Well, I'll have a hearing on that. I wanna see the receipts, I wanna see what they were for, and how much, and
I believe that she does have the receipts.
I'm gonna reserve.
Your Honor, being that it was several days later, does that, it doesn't mean that it came from me and her fight.
I'm going to reserve the issue of restitution for a hearing at a separate time, and
We'd ask that there be no early termination petition for early term.
I'm going to have a hearing at a later time on that. We'll do it June 24th at 1:30 in the afternoon, restitution hearing, all right? Be back at that time, sir.
June
All right,
24th?
June 24th at 1:30 in the afternoon. You need to see the bailiff and sign up for the probation.
If there
You have 30 days
Thank
to
you.
appeal my judgment and sentence, and you can go take this back, ma'am. You need to bring everything to the restitution hearing, and I want to know diagnosis from the doctors and what you were treated for and why, okay?
Your Honor, as to early termination, is it early term or petition?
No, you can petition the court for early termination of probation,
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
okay?
You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the true self of God?
Do.
You're Kevin Yarborough.
Yes, sir.
Petition for domestic violence was filed against you by Gloria Jackson, and she's not here today. Did you have anything to do with her not being here?
No, sir.
Did you threaten, coerce, or have anybody on your behalf do anything to her to put her in fear about coming here today?
No, sir.
Dismissed. You can go.
Thank you.